Trump says Club World Cup trophy will remain in Oval Office after tournament's end. President Trump claims the Club World Cup trophy, prominently displayed in the Oval Office, will remain there permanently. He asserts that FIFA created a duplicate trophy for Chelsea, the tournament winners, after the final match, which Trump attended alongside several cabinet members and FIFA President Gianni Infantino. Trump personally presented the trophy to Chelsea captain Reece James, despite apparent confusion among the Chelsea players and Infantino's apparent attempts to retrieve the original. This incident is the latest in a series of interactions between Trump and FIFA, beginning earlier this year. The trophy's presence in the Oval Office dates back to March, when Infantino first unveiled it there. Trump, in a recent interview, stated that FIFA confirmed they had created a replacement trophy and that the one in the Oval Office is the original, intended to remain there indefinitely. Trump's comments extended beyond the trophy incident. He mentioned a possible executive order mandating the use of football instead of soccer in the U.S. and boasted about the country's economic and political influence. He also framed FIFA's decision to host tournaments in the U.S. as a unifying force, promoting international cooperation. Despite the positive aspects highlighted by Trump, the planning for next year's World Cup has faced challenges due to his administration's travel restrictions, potential immigration enforcement actions at games, and lengthy visa processing times for international fans.
In our next story, Garrett Wilson gets Jets payday with historic $130 million contract. New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson is celebrating his upcoming 25th birthday in style. He's signed a massive 4-year, $130 million contract extension, with a guaranteed $90 million. This makes him the highest-paid receiver on a per-year average, exceeding $31 million annually. Wilson's impressive performance in his first 3 seasons fueled this lucrative deal. The former Ohio State standout has consistently averaged over 1,000 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns per season, culminating in career highs last year. This contract solidifies Wilson's status as a cornerstone of the Jets' offense. The deal comes just days before his birthday and positions him for continued success. Interestingly, Wilson will now be catching passes from his former Ohio State teammate, quarterback Justin Fields, adding an exciting new dynamic to their on-field partnership.
In our next story, Jets, Garrett Wilson agreed to 4-year contract extension. The New York Jets are securing their future by signing star wide receiver Garrett Wilson to a massive 4-year contract extension worth $130 million, with a guaranteed $90 million. This deal solidifies Wilson's place in the Jets' offensive plans, extending his contract beyond the already existing 5th-year option. Wilson, the 2022 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, has consistently performed at a high level since entering the league. He's surpassed 1,000 receiving yards in each of his first 3 seasons, establishing himself as a key player in the Jets' offense. This lucrative contract reflects Wilson's exceptional talent and significant contributions to the team. His impressive statistics and consistent performance make him a valuable asset for the Jets. With this extension secured, the Jets are expected to turn their attention to negotiating a new contract for fellow star cornerback, Sauce Gardner, who also won a 2022 AP award and is eligible for a contract extension.
In our next story, Jets WR Garrett Wilson lands 4-year, $130 million extension. New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson has signed a 4-year, $130 million contract extension, making him one of the NFL's highest-paid receivers. The deal includes a hefty $90 million guaranteed, and an average annual salary of $32.5 million, placing him 5th among NFL wideouts. This marks a historic moment, as it's the first time a receiver has received such a high average after only 3 seasons in the league. This contract is a significant move for the Jets, securing a premier player through 2030. The team is also currently negotiating an extension with cornerback Sauce Gardner. This is the first time the Jets have extended a first-round pick in their first year of eligibility under the current financial system. Wilson's impressive performance last season, which included career highs in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, initially contrasted with some off-field speculation about his future with the team. However, a change in coaching and the arrival of quarterback Justin Fields, his former Ohio State teammate, appears to have significantly impacted his decision to re-sign. The reunion with Fields, following the departure of Aaron Rodgers, has reportedly improved team chemistry. Wilson's achievement is even more remarkable given the Jets' quarterback instability, having played with 7 different quarterbacks during his first 3 seasons. His consistent high-level performance and the team's commitment to retaining young talent has solidified his future with the franchise, setting the stage for a potentially record-breaking career.
In our next story, Supreme Court allows Trump to continue effort to gut Education Department. The Supreme Court has lifted an injunction blocking the Trump administration's plan to drastically reduce the Department of Education's workforce and restructure its operations. This allows the administration to proceed with previously halted mass firings and other changes, despite a lower court ruling against the plan. The Supreme Court's majority offered no explanation for its decision, while dissenting justices expressed grave concerns about the potential harm to students and the erosion of separation of powers. Justice Sonia Sotomayor's dissent highlighted the critical funding and services the department provides to millions of students and schools. She warned that the administration's actions could deny educational opportunities and leave students vulnerable to various harms without the necessary federal resources. The decision has drawn sharp criticism from education advocates who argue it prioritizes politics over the well-being of students and the rule of law. Education Secretary Linda McMahon hailed the ruling as a victory, asserting the president's authority to manage federal agencies. However, critics like the National Parents Union and the National Education Association condemned the decision, arguing it endangers millions of students and represents an unlawful power grab by the president. Former Department of Education employees affected by the layoffs expressed feelings of heartbreak, rage, and sadness over the loss of their jobs and the impact on their ability to serve the public. This Supreme Court decision represents another win for the Trump administration's efforts to reshape the federal government, following a similar ruling last week concerning a broader executive order on agency restructuring and mass layoffs. The legal challenges to these actions are expected to continue in lower court.